It's come to my attention that maybe some of you don't really understand what SWI is, and you'd like to see a little bit more of our operation. You've seen little snippets of it here and there in the videos, but today I thought I'd show you where it all started with the original location and show you a little bit about what we are, what you'd see if you came and visited us, and what we have in stock. So let's get to it. Something that you probably wouldn't see at many fence companies is a Tesla. We bought two of these, one for our sales location in Cheyenne and one for our sales location up here, and it just made sense to us. Not necessarily because we think it's greener than petroleum products. If you think that, then that's great. But what we bought them for is the fact that they are super reliable. We don't have to change any oil in them. It's very easy for them to charge up. There's no stopping to fuel up. And because it has regenerative braking, there's no brake pads to buy as often. They just run without really having to do much. So all those oil changes when you're having your salespeople out there on the road and they're putting a lot of miles on, we don't have to worry about any of that. There's a lot fewer working parts. And as we know in our diesel pickups, the first thing to go out is all the emission stuff. Guess what? No emission stuff on a Tesla. So I'm a big fan of that, and it's worked really well for our operation. We did go with the Model 3, which is the more budget conscious, but it gets a lot of notice. As my son would say, it breaks necks. So one of the first things, dang, that door is loud. One of the first things you'll see if you walk in is our wood defender display. And in true fencer fashion, we have built all of our stands and the entire display out of fence parts. So all this is fence pipe and fence boards, and that's just what the guys did. And I think they did a great job. You'll see some of the stuff off here in the corner. We've got tension bars, rhino pounders, and all of our t-shirts and stuff, gloves, our branded merchandise that we have our team wear, as well as is for sale on our website. Now, what I'll tell you is we are not the best at merchandising. It's neat, it's organized, we know where stuff is, it's packed to the ceiling, there's a ton of inventory in a very small space, but it's not like super pretty display. It's functional is what it is. But we know where everything is, and we have a huge inventory and selection of parts that you may not find somewhere else. This first aisle is primarily dedicated to all of our black chain link fittings, which are not as popular here as they are in Florida. In Florida, that's primarily what we have is black. This aisle here is dedicated to all of our vinyl hardware. Here is more of our agricultural and our fastener type things, so CTX screws, stainless steel fasteners that you've seen us use for our fences, continuous fence hardware. This aisle here is a bunch of overstock. We have to try and find places to put it. This is all of our chain link fittings and ties, then more of the same on the back side. And then you'll see up here, we've got some of our, pardon the phrase, this is badass hinges. So we've got multiple different configurations of the badass hinges from D&D Hardware. And then this is all of our gate operator parts and pieces and different control parts, spare parts, electrical parts. Then you'll see we have boxes on the floor because we've run out of places to put all the boxes. Behind the counter here, you'll see Sam. If you order from us, this is the guy right here that's probably gonna pack that stuff up for me. Say hi, Sam, don't be rude.
Hello.
Wearing one of our super cool soil acupuncture specialist shirts, which I'm kind of disappointed I don't have one of those. Stephen Rackness, who's busy muddling around the background, he's the one that makes sure we have the stuff you want. His job is to order everything. He's the one that's gonna make sure that we've got the stuff. And if we don't have it, he's gonna get it ordered so that we can ship it out to you right away.
It's my job.
He's the ordering guy. Gate operator parts here, these are gate kits that are ready for sale. We just have them here because we don't have any place else to put them. We've got a demo board that kind of showcases some of the different hardware. So when people come in and see us and they're like, hey, I need one of those doohickey things. And oh yeah, it looks just like that. They can point to the board and we're not trying to go search the whole store figuring out what they're talking about. And that happens quite frequently. We've got a good selection of Strain-Rite stuff. This is some of our tools. We've even got the concrete blanket mats. A lot of the tools that you'll see on the website, bear holds and stuff like that hanging up here. And this is the custom fence shipping table they built out of pickets and everything, because that's just what we do. Back here is more tools. And you can see we stock just about anything and everything to keep our crews going. More bear holds, more Strain-Rite stuff, sweeper bars for augers, which hopefully you guys know what these are. But we've got these ready to go now. Put them on your auger and clear the dirt away from the holes. Anything and everything, it's probably back here. We've got panic bars, paint, bins for all of our stretcher tools. These are T-bar stretchers that we make up. Tie tools. We've got tons and tons of bandsaw blades all over the place. We've got ratchet straps for the guys when they cut them. This is just where we have anything and everything, and it's all in inventory. And this way is one of the ways to the shop. We used to have rows of those shelves in here, and we had a little bit of place to weld here, and then we had the vinyl router. It was really, really compact. And since we've got the shop over in Powell now, we've moved all the welding operation to Powell, which is, for those of you unfamiliar, is about 25 miles away. So that's turned this shop into nothing but vinyl. So all we do in this shop is route vinyl, cut vinyl, and produce it. And then we've got some other just repair parts that the crews may need. This is the 2-bay vinyl router that we have. So we've got a 2-bay here, and then we've got routers in our other locations as well, so that we can route up the vinyl as needed and make custom vinyl fences for people. Then if you walk out here, it's nice and bright. So out here is where we have all of the large inventory, all the stuff that doesn't have to be stored inside. So that's our vinyl, our cedar, our chain link pipe, our chain link wire, bulk vinyl packages, and we do some fabrication over here. Now I will show you one cool thing that we came up with. There again, you'll probably see numerous occasions of us using our fence pipe to do certain tasks. So we built some racks here out of fence pipe and then bolted it to the concrete. Then they store these bins, so they built this fence here just so they can store these bins, and these bins are what we put all the parts in for the guys when we're sending a crew out on a project, so we can keep reusing them. We don't have to worry about bags breaking or cutting, so that's what we use those bins for. This here is a cutoff table. So what we can do with this cutoff table that we've designed is we can load pipe onto the table, roll it down here, and this Collins cutter is just basically a big electric pipe cutter. I'll show you how this works, because you might be curious. And that's what we can use to cut pipe, and it gives us a nice square cut. So we'll process a whole bunch of pipe. We'll lay a whole bundle up here, process it if we need to. And then as we're cutting posts on this side, we've designed this so you can flip this up, it'll kick it down, roll down here, lay in this thing until we're ready to band it up, keep it all nice and bundled, and works really well. Just something we designed several years ago. So normally this post yard is very full, but it's been very difficult to get a hold of round wood. So we've got a decent amount, but not enough. We do have some posts, but not near what we would like to have. And you can see back over here stacked against the building, we've got a bunch of vinyl, and then we have even more vinyl here. Now the same story there. For some reason or another, we can't keep in posts, and it's because we use heavier posts than what most people do. We use a 150 wall where most people are using a 135 wall. We have to have those custom made for us for the high wind applications here. They're just struggling to keep up with the demand. And if you look right over there by the air conditioning unit, that is all of our removable post bases that you guys love to buy. Several of those go out every week, and they're sitting right over there. Over here, basically what all this stuff is where we stage for jobs that we have coming up. So our crews will come in here, the guys inside will store all this stuff here, they'll pull it in, put it in these bins, and then the crews know where all their stuff is when they need to go to a job. And so this is basically all staging area. And then we've got excess staging area for stuff that may be a long ways out over in Powell where we've got a lot more room. All this stuff is left over off a high security, we'll call it a prison fence. So we need to figure out something to do with all this. It's a lot of money sitting here just basically wasting away in the sun. So if you got any ideas what we could use this for, let me know, because we need to figure out something to do with it. This is our oil filled pipe for our continuous fence project. What is this? Oh, that's wheelbarrows right there. That's a big old stack of wheelbarrows. So if you need a good wheelbarrow, the best way to buy those is like 5, 6, 7 at a time. That's the best way to buy those because the freight is a killer. Here we have all of our temp fence stuff. So these are all different types of temp fence stands, sandbags, and then we have temp fence wire, temp fence posts, and all of our panels pretty much stay gone all the time. I have no idea how many we have. We've probably got 20, 30,000 feet of them pretty easily, and they're always gone. It's hard to get them in stock. Just when we think we're gonna get them all back, they all go back out. We have some of the attachments that one of our crews uses, they keep over here. We're not talking about Casper and Cheyenne. They all have their own yards and have all of this stuff basically duplicated. We share a lot of stuff between the stores, and we do that with a semi that we have. Alan will come up here and bring us stuff and take stuff that we have back to him, so we kind of rotate our inventory and share inventory between the 3 locations here in Wyoming. Now this is just some tools that we use for installs. Most of that stuff is staged over in Powell. And then this is our gates. These are all the gates that we have pre-built and ready to go. So if somebody calls up and says, I need a gate, we usually have that stuff ready to go same day. So we try and keep a supply of the pretty common stuff. So this is all Tornado agricultural fence wire, or what we have left of it. Back there's the cedar. And then you'll notice that we have even more vinyl. So vinyl is one of the bigger things that we sell, obviously. So we're always trying to find unique things to do or ways to use up some of the pipe that we pull out. Like we'll sometimes pull out a 6-foot fence and we'll have 4 or 5 feet of good pipe, and so we'll turn that into whatever we can use around the yard. In this case, we built some post racks, like what we put our wood posts in, and I think these are going to Casper or Cheyenne. The guys in the shop in Powell built these, and they're just waiting to be transported. So just trying to find ways to use up all that scrap that comes in rather than send it for scrap. If we can use it here, we get more bang for our buck that way. Then here we've got some cantilever gates all built up and ready to go. So there again, if somebody needs one in a hurry, we can get them taken care of super fast. We've got some Jennies for tension wire. Could be used for tension wire possibly, but this is primarily for high tensile wire is what these are for. And that brings us to where we started. That right there, that's a box of that's probably our top seller right there. I'll let you guess what that is. I'm not gonna tell you, but that's probably our top mover. We do actually have a coffee hut in our parking lot. That was part of the original agreement, so we share space with them, and every once in a while we get some free coffee out of the deal, so it's not all bad. We do have some more posts up here. We've got barky rails, which are pretty common here in Wyoming. People want to do that rustic feel. Sell a lot of those into Jackson. We've got peeled and treated rails, and then we have the crossbucks to make crossbuck fence. There's never any doubt about where you are because we try and brand everything, so you can see that this is clearly SWI. We've got it all over our windows, all over the building. The building's gray and white. We're pretty intentional about our branding, even so much as to order our trailers so that the trailers are red. When you see us, you know that it's us, and there's no mistaking us. It's all part of our diabolical, evil, global domination plan. We got the SWI shirts. This is the one I'm wearing. Would you look at that? Then we have the Wyoming themed one. Now, if you're a Wyoming fan, you have to appreciate the brown and gold version, which is also a favorite of most of our guys up here. We even have the V-neck for the ladies. I actually sent some of these to a lady in North Carolina that just loves horses because she liked our logo. So, and then we have boxes and boxes of gloves. These are our favorite gloves. They're grippy. They don't last forever, but they're very grippy. You have good dexterity with them, so that's why we send them out with the guys. This is pretty neat. That's pretty neat. There's somebody in here that I'd like you to meet. That's Sarah. Sarah guards all the really good stuff. Oh, I want this one. Who do I remind you of? Looks so much better. It's Professor Fence. We should go do some sciencey stuff.
No, I never.
Maybe break something. We haven't broken something in a long time. Kind of disappointed about that. But yeah, we have all our coats for our guys, jackets. Now this is the pretty super high quality merch. As I was saying before, this is Sarah. Sarah's new. Sarah is going to be one of the new people that you reach because we've had a lot of problems. One of the things that people didn't like so much is the fact that we're so busy, we can't get to everybody's call. Sarah's here to help with that.
Yes.
Just be nice to Sarah. Now she's part of our team and we protect our team ferociously, so don't be mean to Sarah. I'll even learn new things when I come walking through. I didn't even know we had this, and then I saw 2 different cans and I'm like, I recognize that can, but what is this? What is even that? Guess what, that's black. So we have galvanized, and then if you're doing a black fence, this is black fence match. With Shiver Me Timbers, I didn't even know we had that, and here it is the whole time. My guys are just out there thinking of everything. There's a whole room of them. They spook easily, so don't be surprised if we go in there with the camera and they go, whoo. We're gonna call this,
Good to me.
we're gonna call this the team of giants, because he's tall, he's tall, he's tall, they're all big. This is all on one crew. So this is Almanzo, he's a foreman, this is Kyler, my nephew, and this is Damon, who's trying not to be on camera, and it doesn't matter, because he's gonna be on camera. And over there in the corner, Salesman of the Year, Stephen A. Anderson. I don't know, what is your middle initial?
M.
And Stephen M. Anderson. So he's the salesman extraordinaire for this region. And he just sells the heck out of fence. There's still a bunch of people you haven't met actually, because they're out working. These are just the ones that don't work. So that's a look inside the coolest fence shop this side of the Mississippi. And if you're wondering what the coolest fence shop on the east side of the Mississippi is, it's in Florida in St. Augustine. And yeah, I'm the guy that runs that one. The less famous version of Dan. You might remember me from the early years. You got a glimpse of our vinyl router, and if you'd like to see more about our vinyl router, check out this video right here. You also saw our super cool red trailers. If you want to learn more about those red trailers, check out this video here. Don't forget, we're Wyoming's Fence Company, and until next time, you have a good dang day.